Hey, Randall.
Hey guys, welcome to a day in the life of Nickelodeon.
You just coming back from the surf, man?
You bet, surf's up.
Nice.
All right,
board.
welcome.
Yeah, you
Well,
voted
come
today
on
too?
in. I did.
Nice.
Voted for SpongeBob.
Nice.
That's right. Well,
All right.
welcome. This is a day in the life of what I do. These are images of me surfing that Norbert can come in on.
Nice.
That's
you a professional surfer too, Randall?
I'd like to say so. That's my inspiration for backgrounds and all the work I do. I get so much inspiration out of the ocean and surfing.
Wow.
So,
That's awesome.
and this is my Nick Surfer Award that I got at the 25-year anniversary.
Nice.
Thank you very much, Nickelodeon.
Life goals acknowledged.
That's right.
Sweet, Randall. So,
Welcome every day, buddy.
Yeah.
This is the day in the life of an artist at Nickelodeon.
yeah. So how long have you been working at Nickelodeon for, Randall?
Oh gosh, going back to the 90s with Angry Beavers, and
Wow.
here are some shows from that period. I did Rugrats and a couple of episodes of Rocket Power and all the Wild Thornberrys, and this will show some of the more recent. This was work with Butch Hartman on Fairly OddParents.
Oh, how long were you working on Fairly OddParents for?
I was with Butch for 8 years. No, we also did Tough Puppy in that period.
Nice.
These are specifically Fairly OddParents from. It's so fun doing space. This is spoofing on Star Wars and just taking the simple graphics of a design and really playing in a satirical way with a really complex language of Star Wars, and it's so fun to take the shapes and create a world out of it.
Very cool.
Now, there's the Turner house. We did lots
And you
of...
designed all of these backgrounds?
Yeah, these are all my backgrounds.
Wow. About how long do you spend on each of these backgrounds?
These with Butch's shows, they were done in the matter of a couple of hours, and
Wow. So this was done
depending on the
in a couple
complexity.
hours.
Sometimes we got Las Vegas and the Wishology episode that took longer in the way of a world.
Cool.
Oh, this is back to background painting with Klosky Chupo, and who I did work with for a number of years. This was my first show, Stressed Eric, with them, done for the BBC, and I was a background painter. We painted this in gouache,
Wow. How long ago was that?
and that was the mid-90s. So, and then this is from another studio. This was done for the Simpsons movie.
Wow.
So those
you were
are-
from the Simpsons movie too.
Yeah, these are layouts from the Alaska sequence. I'm sorry, you guys, that this is jumping around a bit, but now this one is really current. I love the designs for Pig, Goat, Banana, Cricket were so fun. Dave Cooper, such a draftsman, and to complement the characters and just give the zany kind of bubbly feel of the line work. It was a really fun project to work on.
Very cool.
Pig Goat's a real favorite in my series of shows.
How long were you working on Pig, Goat, Banana, Cricket?
We did that show for 3 years, from development through to second season.
Ah. And are you currently working on Pig, Goat, Banana, Cricket?
I'm
or?
currently on Hey Arnold and the Jungle movie.
Nice.
And so that's in development now, and I'm on production. This is the room that I'm creating the film with, and this was an early painting that I did. Just brought in for inspiration. It's a jungle
cool.
painting that was done in the 80s.
gets you in the mood to
Yeah.
work on the Jungle movie for
Which
Arnold,
I
right?
can't show the Jungle movie yet. At the point I can, I would love to. The work that I can show has aired, and that's the principal idea.
Yeah.
So we, and this
Very
is
cool.
this was a test for SpongeBob that I did. Now I did a few paintings for SpongeBob. I can't say I've done many episodes. I would love to, but
Did you work on SpongeBob for a short while then?
yeah. So this is done in acrylic on illustration board, and then on production you would pull it in the computer and tweak it. This one was all hand done for the test. But I love the traditional painting to it. It's very similar to what was done with Angry Beavers in the tradition now this is
Wow.
one for Dave Cooper that,
Let's get around here. So you can
again,
go through
sorry you guys that it's jumpy, but like this was one that really sells, going from the princess's realm of these ice cream mountains and just candy cane lane kind of world to the dark forest. And
so much detail in here, Randall.
yeah, we really in Pick Up Banana Cricket tried to get a pencil quality out of the layout in a traditional way. Dave Cooper's so traditional that we really finessed everything to look like it came off a graphite pencil on paper. So the shading and the feel to it and the calligraphy was really something that was uniquely going after that old traditional look with the latest digital.
Wow. And then what would you advise somebody that's about to work on a background with this much detail? Do you have like a method? How you break it down?
Yeah, sometimes I barnstorm it in the way of at this point in my career, I try and do as few roughs as possible and go straight in for the finish, even with complex shots, because the energy you have in that first design, you just want to retain it, and sometimes you lose it as you rework it and clean it up. So as much as possible, even with elaborate work, I challenge myself to do final work in the moment. And now this is another example of that. Now this piece is unique in that Dave was questioning whether the show would be done digitally, and they were asking me how I felt about returning to paper with pencil. And so I confidently did this out of showing what I knew the digital could do if we tweaked brushes, and we did. We started with a Croquill pen brush and then just tweaked it and changed it and finessed it until it worked with calligraphy that you see here.
Wow.
So there's a real rhythm to this stuff that is a lot of fun. Yeah,
So how long would a piece like this take for you to make?
this one took better part of a half a day, more almost a day.
That's still pretty quick, Randall.
Yeah, thank you.
Jeez.
I mean, it's kind of, once you get a rhythm going with all the feel of the foliage and you oppose the rhythms, there's a lot to backgrounds that relate to character design that way. It's very rhythmical and very much overlaps of rhythms, and always it's secondary to your character. So all those rhythms are within mind, your character living within the shot. Oh, another picture of me surfing.
It's a big part of your life. Yes.
Sorry, guys. And then there's the poster I did for the Simpsons.
Nice.
Yeah, I did
So
the
you designed that
Homer's
whole
Utopia of Alaska.
Wow.
And that poster. Okay, here, guys.
Okay.
The tradition of all of this, I was into life drawing and began as an illustrator and would work from live models, and that draftsmanship and working with tonal backgrounds and composing and painting, all of that played into me being able to be versatile in animation and apply myself. I've done character design and background painting. Most of my career's been doing the layout design, but all of it.
But the life drawing was
the
an
life
essential,
drawing and
fundamental foundation for you, right?
Thank you. Absolutely. It's that foundation allowed me to continue in a career that I'm still enjoying. So
Very cool.
And then this was a favorite period. I was lucky enough when I was painting on Angry Beavers, I got referred to doing work for Chuck Jones and his galleries. So for 7 years, Chuck drew the characters and I got to paint the backgrounds and loved it. He introduced me to Maurice Noble, and Maurice art directed some of the work that I did, and it's the dream, you guys. It's and that came out in Nickelodeon. It was a referral based on the paintings that I did for the art director for Angry Beavers. So sometimes, like, within the path that you're on, opportunity, chance favors the prepared mind and your prepared abilities. So it's really a wonderful.
Very cool. And then, so you mentioned how the life drawing stuff was a foundation for your animation career and working with all of these great artists. But how did you get your start in animation? Did you go to school for it? Did you were you self-taught? My illustration portfolio based on my life drawing and my paintings got my foot in the door, and Angry Beavers was the first show that I worked on as a painter, and I wasn't sure that I shouldn't be doing drawing for animation. So while I was over at Nickelodeon's and doing Angry Beavers as a painter, by day I was doing layout for Classic Chupo for Rugrats and the Wild Thornberrys and As Told by Ginger, and all of this Maurice Noble told me to do. He said that I would learn so much about animation from background and control a camera, and I had done a little bit of character design, and I love to do the color, and still to this day I would love to be coloring all my backgrounds, but we have a great color department that handles that. I love that. Nice. And then
now this is an example that employs, it's kind of got everything. It's the background design, the development, the characters, it's got my life drawing, it's got digital effects with that aurora behind the kids, and that is painted in Photoshop, but the drawing was traditionally done in a very rendered way, then coming over the top with layers of color, and the same that I would approach paintings.
Very cool. Randall, somebody was asking what your favorite cartoon is.
Hey Arnold. It's always the one I'm on. It's nice. Like, I'm in, this kid is great, and I can't enjoy more building the backgrounds. I wish I could show you right now the jungle and the worlds I'm building. You guys are gonna love it.
Very cool. So as a fan, you like working on the show that you're a fan of.
I am so lucky that every show I get on suddenly is I get an epiphany of like, of course, this is the perfect show for me to do.
Yeah.
It seems to have done Hey Arnold in the beginning as the original show. Friends did, and so it's great to be in that tradition.
Very cool. And then you have some more that
you
want to show us?
Now this is another that I did for Chuck Jones, another favorite, because God, I love the Grinch, and
it's so cool. How long ago was this?
This was done in the 2001, I believe. This is a bad Xerox. Sometimes it's hard to come up with images, but this was Angry Beavers.
Very cool. Wow.
So the interesting thing is that it was Prismacolor and acrylic and some airbrush and yeah, all I had was poor color Xerox from the actual show. And here we have the Wild Thornberrys. So this would have been the opening shot up top for the show.
Nice, and you painted that.
Uh-huh. Well, I'm sorry. I did the
Designed.
layout.
You did the layout, correct.
These. So Thornberrys did not do the color, and I love what they did with the color.
Yeah. Kind of reminiscent to what you're working on now, too.
Yeah. Now this is back to Butch's shows. This is fun. It's Alcatraz, the prison in
Fairly
Fairly
OddParents.
OddParents. So but it's so fun to just carve these crazy shapes, and there's a lot of Maurice Noble in this shot in the way of the play of shapes and form. And that's something that is unique to Nickelodeon, is that the artistry that you see in this, it's not a dry, simple, straightforward shot. It's bent and moved, and shapes and form are played with, and there's a lot of fun artistry to this type of work being done. So that's a benefit of Nickelodeon cartoons, is they're very original. It's not simplistic. Now this is back to the Simpsons movie. These are paintings I did for the Simpsons movie for a sequence. And then below you see some of the color comps that I did for ideas.
Nice.
Highly recommend color comps.
Nice. Helps you get a good sense of the scene, right?
Now this is me playing around with a brush pen and a Japanese brush pen and just enjoying calligraphy. And so you can see within this there was a lot that I used once Pig Goat Banana Cricket came into play. I already had explored directions of thick to thin brushwork and play of rhythms and shapes, and here you see the trees are kind of acting out in a silly way, and so it's playing with forms like that, and the suggestion of line and calligraphy really helped a lot with what I did for Pig Goat.
Very cool. Randall, would you have some advice for aspiring animators who are artists who want to break into the industry or want to get into background design? Like anything that you have found in your experience you can share?
You study a lot of great animation, and then you have an arsenal, a bag of tricks to pull from in the way of influences. When you are on a show like Hey Arnold or The Simpsons or any of these shows that I've done, you've got to be able to have a versatility that you put yourself aside with your own artistic point of view and understand what the creator wants out of you for their layouts. And that's a big deal. If your style fits for coming in with your style to make a show, you're really fortunate to come in that way. But if you come in as a layout artist, studio artists have to be able to do any style and adapt. And it's tricky. The difference, what I've shown, from The Simpsons to Fairly OddParents, are a big shift in styles that to do the graphic of Fairly OddParents, and I established the look of Tough Puppy for Butch, and just did as well with Bunsen that's being done. So all of these shows have a completely different language of the form and design to it, and even the brush and the pen that you're using to create it. So it's all of these are the details within it, but the big emphasis is that your academic training, certainly your passion for all of this is going to play in. Is that boy, I love, I'm an omnivore of art. I love fine art. I love the classics. I love going to museums, and and I've never changed. When I came into art school, I both wanted to draw like Don Martin from Mad Magazine and paint like John Singer Sargent. So it's like I just loved those directions, and you know, I wish I painted like John Singer Sargent. I don't, but but the process and the attempt and the understanding and the love of all that plays together so that it really, the result that comes out, people enjoy it. And I was once told that you need to bring an emotion to the piece, that if you don't have an emotion creating it, the viewer is not going to have an emotion viewing it. So in terms of creating a piece, passion is really important, and just being able to harness that and have it come into a piece. And you know, and this piece that I have on the monitor from Pig Goat, there's a lot of heart in the style of drawing. It's not cold and linear, and you know, and that's something that it's again, it Pig Goat at the time that I got the show was the perfect show and my favorite show that I'd ever done. And so each of these, I've been so lucky to have multiple lifetimes in shows, and all of them are my favorites, you know, and it's such a pleasure to have done them, and they seem to keep coming back too. There's rumors of Rugrats. As Told by Ginger was a wonderful show for the girls, and I have two daughters that would really enjoy it today. So
that's fun. It's cool. So speaking of Pig Goat, since that's a show that people can actually watch on TV now, right? When can they catch new Pig Goat episodes?
Okay, Pig Goat Banana Cricket is airing Sundays, 8 o'clock on Nicktoons, and it's going to be the show Heat Wave that we're going to be airing. So
that's this Sunday's episode.
That's going to be fun.
Nice.
And hang in there for Hey Arnold, the movie that's going to be coming out
next year, around this time. Yeah.
So
good stuff. And I'm sure we're going to be seeing tons of your stuff as we rewatch old cartoons and old episodes of Angry Beavers and Fairly OddParents,
Thank you.
Tough Puppy, and all that stuff. You left a legacy for us, Randall.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much for taking the time with us.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure. And I'm sorry for any of the shows that I left out. There are a bunch more. So it's
all good. We only have so much time, right?
That's right.
All right.
And it's been great to be live on Facebook with all you guys out there in Facebook land. This is really cool. Day in the life.
Nice.
All right.
Thank you, Randall.
Thank you.
Take care. We'll see you.
All right.
Bye.